Debonair. Okay.
What's good, YouTube? Oh my God, it's Debonair. Hey, pay attention now. If there's no trust, there's no relationship, y'all. I need y'all to understand that because it has a deeper meaning than you think. In this segment, we will be talking about insecurities and hopefully how to deal with them. I'm going to say this with the assumption that there is no infidelity in your relationship. If your significant other didn't do anything to cause you to, not be able to trust them, you're the one that needs help, to be honest. I'm aware that sometimes, people do something to you to cause you to have insecurities or whatever, but we're not talking about that right now. We'll get to that later. I am specifically talking about couples having insecurities in their relationships when there was no cause for it in the first place. When you have a significant other that doesn't trust you, it can be really tiring to deal with, especially on a day-to-day basis. Me personally, I'm guilty of doing that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I do have insecurities, but once I figured out why and where it came from, it started to make sense, and I was able to work on it in my relationships. My insecurities came from a number of different things, man. First, of course, being cheated on in previous relationships. That kind of messed me up. Another is lack of confidence in myself, always constantly comparing myself to other guys or whatever. And lastly, communication. Me not being able to open up and admit that, hey, I got these insecurity problems. I'll go more into details about it, just in case, it may help somebody that's out there watching. So let's break it down. First, being cheated on in previous relationships. This, in my opinion, has to be one of the biggest reasons why we have insecurities today. I really feel like we need to learn more about forgiveness and how to do it. Because it's easy, for someone to say sorry and not mean it. It's easy for someone to say, I forgive you, and not mean it. What's not easy is actually forgiving someone for whatever they did to wrong you. I know it's easier said than done, but trust me when I say it's a bad feeling when you enter a new relationship with problems from your previous relationship. Before you even think about getting in another relationship, you gotta learn to forgive that person. You have to learn to forgive yourself for being in that toxic relationship. And you need to know that not every guy or girl is gonna be out here trying to cheat on you. You gotta understand something. You are not forgiving the person for them. Hell no, forget them. You doing it for yourself so you can be able to move on. By doing that, you are accepting the reality of what happened and learning to live with it. Usually, after you find out that you was cheated on, the first thing that pops up in your mind is what? Revenge, fight, anger, whatever else. And I want to let you know now, like, don't let any of that get inside y'all, man. Like, for real. I think I said this before in one of my episodes before when I was like, if you let revenge or whatever get inside you, it's like a cancer and it's hard to be removed. It's true, man. It's true. If you can find it in yourself to forgive that person, not only will you be able to move on from them, but you'll be able to be, happier in your next relationship. When I accepted this, it really helped me grow as a person, and maybe it can help you too. Second, my lack of confidence. I could be wrong, but I think the reason I used to lack confidence was due to me always feeling like I wasn't good enough or cool enough or whatever. I told y'all this already, man. I grew up poor as hell, man. Like, I'm talking about thrift store shopping, washing clothes in the bathtub, waiting on the 15th of the month so we can go get something to eat, man. Trust me, I've been there. And you already know, man, like in middle school or high school or whatever, if your outfit wasn't on point, you'll get cracked on the most. Point blank, period. That's how it was. Luckily, I was able to crack back, but other than that, it was over for me, y'all. Like my clothing was nowhere near everybody else's. I didn't start having name brand stuff until I started working around maybe sophomore or junior year, and even that was short-lived because I feel like if someone likes you, then they like you. They're not gonna, like you because the shoes you wear or the jewelry you have on or whatever. I used to always, compare myself, to other guys, like the ones that had all the girls, money, car, clothes, all that. Doing so really made me feel like I wasn't good enough because when you lack confidence in yourself, sometimes it can be hard to get through school, get through work, socializing with different people, and more importantly, relationships. Especially for us guys, man, because, when we approach a female and she can tell you have no confidence in your approach, 9 times out of 10, she gonna turn you down every time. You gotta find ways to help raise your confidence level. Whether that's you going to the gym, changing up your appearance or whatever, anything that you can think of that may help that doesn't include changing who you are on the inside. Third, failure to communicate. If you don't talk with your partner and let them know, what's going on, then they can't help you or the relationship stay on track. If you tell them you don't feel comfortable in a relationship because of A, B, and C, you're helping shed some light on a flaw that that you have. For example, maybe your girl, boyfriend, whoever constantly goes out with the opposite sex. You don't feel comfortable with it. Express that to them and let them know, hey, you doing this, that, and the third, and it really makes me feel uncomfortable. If they really care about you, they will do something to make you feel better, whether it's stop hanging out with them or, maybe invite you to, one of their outings so you can see how they interact with each other. It may not be much to you, but in reality, that's actually something, man. That's actually a start, because most people will be like, oh, okay, well, that's your insecurities. That's your problem. You got to get over that. So communicate with them and see if you two can find a better solution. You know what? Let's touch more on that. So your significant other has too many, opposite sex friends. I can see why this can bother you for a lot of reasons. It goes back to the point I said earlier about, having no trust can cause problems in a relationship. One of my homeboys, right? His girl mainly has guy friends. And I'll admit, at first I was like, nah, bro, she got more homeboys than I do. Leave that alone. I'll admit I said that at first. It's funny because females that have a lot of guy friends, they always say the same thing.
Oh, I have guy friends because I don't like being around girls. I have guy friends because I can't trust females. I have guy friends because females is hoes. I have guy friends because females lie too much.
All right, cool. That may be true, man. But I feel like, ladies, if you're going to group all females in one unit, make sure you include yourself, because you still a female at the end of the day. But anyway, she told him she hangs around a lot of guys because she has 3 brothers and she's the only girl. Her brother will always invite their friends over, which happens to be even more guys, obviously. And so, long story short, she never really hung around girls like that, and she always felt a connection with other guys. Now, I'll be real with you. That's more believable than a girl telling me she got more guy friends because she don't trust females. I ain't trying to hear all that. That story I can believe. I don't know. Maybe she was telling the truth, but honestly I doubt it. As a result, he had to make a decision to either stay or go. He ends up staying with her, but they still broke up because I think she went to the USF or UNF or something like that. I can't remember. So, are you insecure about your significant other because they did something to you, or because you just crazy and you need to chill? So, we spoke about what? We spoke about dealing with insecurities, within yourself. We spoke about, forgiving someone if they did do something to cause that. If none of these apply to you, then maybe you just crazy. You need to stay single, cuz. And I say that with the utmost respect. Sometimes mentally, people cannot handle a relationship and should not be in one. At the end of the day, everybody deserves to be loved and appreciated. I get that. But that goes for all parties involved. If you out here with your mental problems, then yes, you should stay single. Because no one should have to deal with that, especially if you're not out here trying to get professional help. All you'll do in the end is do more harm than good to yourself and to the person that you're with. And to everybody that's, dating someone with a mental illness, I said this in episode 1, you have to know when to leave. Sometimes holding on is harder than letting go. And I say that because it's true. You have to love yourself more than you love somebody else. Point blank, period. You can't love someone else that don't even love themselves. And I say that because if they did love themselves, then they would go to seek mental help. I'll end it on this note. Never, and I mean never, bro, never give somebody an ultimatum.
You need to make a choice.
It's either me or your friends.
This is a last resort for them or you to try to get whatever they or you want. That's completely unreasonable, and you should never do something like that. Nothing says,
hey, I'm really desperate to keep this relationship, so I'm going to give you an ultimatum.
More than that. You have to understand, without communication, there's no relationship. Without respect, there's no love. Without trust, there's no reason to continue. I won't lie to y'all, man. This segment was hard because I had a lot more material to talk about, like stat numbers and surveys and stuff like that. But I know the longer my videos are, the higher the chance you guys aren't watching. My goal here is to give you guys as much information as possible. But anyway, y'all, comment down below and let me know what y'all think, man. Did I hit the nail on the head with this one, or was this a complete swing and a miss? Also, tell me about your insecurities. Like, how did you get over it? Or did the insecurities come from your partner? Like, what did they do to better the relationship, if they did anything? Thanks for watching. Please, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button. Also, too, hit that bell symbol on the side so anytime I make an upload, the notification pop up and alert you. Also, too, hit that like and share. I look forward to reading all y'all comments, if any. So, until next time, y'all be safe out here, cuz. In life, I feel like we always look at what's wrong with the picture instead of just enjoying its beauty. In life, we look at a cup of Hennessy as half empty when we should see it as half full. In life, we always looking at somebody else that's doing better than us and comparing ourselves to their life. Not knowing that person probably a drug addict, not knowing that person probably abusive. Like, you don't know these people, man. You over here comparing yourself to somebody else talking about, oh, goals. Man, get out of here, bro.
finish line, I ran past it. So egotistic, so cocky, so conceited, cause I'm better than your average. I'm mad sick when I spit that shit. When I spit that flow, she gon' want to catch my drift soon as a nigga.